not working now. I can see that it's not working though. Let me try. Let me try something. I apologize. There we go. Is that working? No, that's not working. Audio device. Not why it's not working. Let me try this. Let me turn. Test, 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 test. It worked for a second. Good now. Good now. Good now. Okay, good. Good, good, good. About because I didn't even do anything. So I was going to. Um, I got different reviews. I got some people saying they can hear me. I got some people saying that they can't. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Cool. All right. All right. All right. Well, in that case, let's do some music since you can hear me now. We'll do a little intro while I send this invitation out and we will go from there. Welcome, everybody.
He don't talk unless the proof is in the lines. Receipts in the photo coded truth in these rhymes. Power play chess, moving pawns through the blind. But a diligent denizen sees designs in the signs. They disguise what they hide, he just shows how it's shaped. Every source double check, never roll with the fakes. In this world full of wolves, he's exposing the snakes. Document every whisper, got the quotes and the dates. He don't chase what they post, he investigates where it stems. Paper trails never lie, follows links to the end. Truth is power, it bends, but yet it always defends. What's verified never shakes, even lost in the trend. So when he speaks, it's a lens, not a rumor or a vibe. He cuts through the noise, pulls the proof from the lies. This is for the people trying to see through the disguise. Diligent denizen where the real can survive.
All right, all right, all right. I think we're good to go now. Finally. Jeez, bro. Jeez. That was crazy. Oh, all right. Looks like we're good to go. Sound is good. I have not done one of these YouTube crossovers in a while. I am going to be focusing more on putting more emphasis on YouTube. X suspended my co-host Harmony randomly with no explanation, will not bring her back on. And she's like a hippie. She posts about hot yoga and spiritual stuff. And so I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of where things are going on X. Feels like it's going backwards, not forwards. I'm not a fan of censorship. Seems like YouTube is I can't believe it. YouTube seems to be more free speech these days. So who knows? But I am going to be putting more emphasis on YouTube and these live streams. And today we're gonna kind of just go through, and of course, if you're listening to the space, hit the request button. I'll bring you up. Um, I want to go through the timeline. We're going to go through the official narrative timeline of what the prosecution in the Charlie Kirk case alleges happened with Tyler Robinson on the day Charlie Kirk was assassinated, September 10th last year. Shout out to you guys over in the chat. I do see you. If Barron sent you or if Coach Collins sent you, thank you so much. Hi, how you doing? Um, and I am going to be doing some more on the ground reporting here pretty soon. I haven't announced that yet, but I have something in the works. I have something in the works, and I have a couple of stories from my last trip that I have not published yet, but that's coming as well. So, anyways, let's get into this timeline now. The Charlie Kirk timeline, the day that he was assassinated, of Tyler Robinson is very, very convoluted, right? Now, you can attribute some of this to, you know, the scale of the operation of the investigation. You have a lot of moving parts there. There might not be great coordination um, between the different departments and agencies or whatever, right? I know that they did have like a central command that all of the various working parts were kind of operating through. I believe within 24 hours of his assassination, it may have even been as soon as the night that he was assassinated that this has already started to form. Um, and so, okay, you can attribute some miscommunication or getting things wrong to miscommunication. But if you guys don't remember, right, we had an individual immediately take blame for the assassination of Charlie Kirk. They arrested him immediately. His name is George Zinn. I've interviewed him twice, and he attributed it to it having some kind of spell, and just freaking out when he saw what he saw. After he had allegedly told the people at the hospital where they took him that he was paid to cause a distraction as soon as um Charlie Kirk was assassinated, which that says that there was some pre-awareness that Charlie Kirk was going to get assassinated in order for that to happen, right? That proves that there is a conspiracy or a plot that he was a part of to assassinate, to play a role when Charlie Kirk was assassinated. I think that I think that we have we have witnessed, it looks like many actors in this whole thing, right, including Tyler Robinson, whether it be witting or unwitting. I think that he played a smaller role than what the government attributes to him. And I think that there was numerous people who were present or around or involved, either knowing or unknowing, that could have taken the rap for this, right? If you think about it, you have George Zinn. Okay, he's obviously the very first one. Immediately throws his hands in the air, says that he was the one that, uh, he says that he was the one that killed Charlie Kirk, and that he said just shoot me, just shoot me. That's what George Zinn said, and immediately took the blame. So there's one, right? And then you have the following day, there was another individual who is dressed like a doctor who was caught behind the crime scene with a rifle, right? This is before Tyler Robinson was apprehended. Okay. That somebody was arrested behind the crime scene tape, not just one row of tape, but two rows of tape back where Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And when the cops walked him out, he was they one of them had a rifle in his hand and had a evidence tag on it. What's interesting about that is this rifle never gets reported, right? It never gets reported by the legacy media that reports the incident, right? We're talking about New York Post, New York Times, etc., Fox, right? They write about, his name is Kennington Russell, which is also weird because his name gets flipped around on social media and in the legacy media, right? His name is Kennington Russell. He gets called Russell Kennington, including myself until I figured it out. But when you look him up, all of his family members, all of their last names are Russell, right? He's also an 8-year veteran in the Army. He is also into Jewish occult stuff, particularly Metatron, right? He's obsessed with Metatron. He has the cube of Metatron all over his social medias. He had it hanging from his. I went to his house not the first time that I went to Utah when I was doing boots on the ground. I knocked on his door and he had a Kabbalah hanging from his porch light in his apartment complex, and on that was one of those hands, and on the hand was the Star of David cube of Metatron. And I was like, what is this? I just happened to I just happened to capture it because I had my phone in my pocket with just the camera sticking out of it, and I had it on. 'Cause I didn't know what to expect. So obviously, dude's posing as a surgeon on UVU after an assassination, getting walked out with a gun. You know, you never know what's going to happen. And so I document everything. And Metatron. So Metatron, I see the chat asking. Metatron is the one of the archangels in the Old Testament. Okay, literally the voice of God. It was allegedly like that's what they call him, the voice of God and the keeper of divine secrets. And it was he was like the most powerful of all of the angels, right? And so in Kabbalah mysticism, like Jewish mysticism, he is a massive figure. And there's like these prophecies and all of these like you'll have to look into it, but there's all these cultural aspects to it. So it was very interesting to me that you know, this guy who was there just happens to be obsessed with the Jewish occult. His boyfriend, because he's gay, his boyfriend is Jewish. His family is Jewish. I found on their Facebook they had a picture of the Talmud, or what is it? Is it the Torah or the Talmud? It's the Talmud. The Talmud books were up on the shelf on their family photo, and so obviously I'm you know I'm not saying like Jews did this. I'm just saying that the guy who was arrested at UVU is his screen name on Instagram is called Metatron or Mutation Metatron. And he does go by Russell Kennington on his social media. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, let me pull it up because it's really important. It's part of the timeline of events that day. Because I'm kind of, as we go through this conversation, I want to talk about how many Patsies and how many Tyler Robinsons were there. Because there's quite a few. It's like crazy, right? We have three different Tyler Robinsons that day wearing three different garbs. If you don't remember, we had the maroon shirt, Tyler Robinson with the hat and the glasses and shorts. And then we had another one that had pants and jeans and the gray shoes, right? And then we had the all black Tyler Robinson who was on the roof, right? And then he changed again according to the Governor Cox. Remember, he changed his clothes one last time, and when he got arrested, he was back through the previous two outfits, and he had reverted back to his original form of maroon shirt and blue jeans, right? This is yeah. Anyways, let's look at Kennington. I want to just real quick. Um, Here he is. Is this the original? I posted the original video. I found it on TikTok, and shout out to the girl. You know, the if it wasn't for a citizen journalist, this is it right here. The original upload, right? If it wasn't for, I'm going to throw this up in the Jumbotron if you're over on Twitter so you can follow along. Please repost the space. Please repost the space. And anyways, this is up in the Jumbotron. Oh, I think I put the wrong thing up there. Okay, I don't know what's going on with my X account. I keep posting and it does not post. So I apologize if you guys are not seeing what I'm seeing. Anyways, if you look at the screen, if you're over on YouTube, so this is the original TikTok. I downloaded the original TikTok. It's 1080p. I want you to look. Okay, there's Russell Kennington. This is about 24 hours after. This is about 24 hours after Charlie Kirk is assassinated. Now, they've already arrested one Patsy. I would argue, this is Patsy number 2. Okay? The first Patsy was George Zinn. The second Patsy was Russell Kennington. Okay? And you can see, if you're watching over on YouTube, There is a rifle in this guy's hands. Okay. It actually looks like a partially disassembled rifle, which I think is really, really interesting considering they said that Tyler Robinson also disassembled and reassembled his rifle. But when you look, if you freeze it at the right spot, you can clearly see this is a wood grain stocked bolt action rifle. This is the strap of the rifle. And I just want you to note something. The officer, if you see if you see what's happening with the strap right here, you can't see anything. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this today, man. Hold on, you guys. I am there we go. Should be good. Should be good. I started it over. So if you look, okay. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. It's like laggy or something. I can see it now. It's working. Okay. So if you look over here on YouTube, there is a just mute the double audio. Now you echo. I don't know what's going on with all this. Okay. So anyways, hold on. Let me see. So anyways, AJ, I don't know if you can come up here or not, but there is there still an echo? They can't hear me. They can't hear. I kind of feel like people are trolling me over there. Sorry, you guys. So there's an echo. I don't know. There shouldn't be an echo. Oh, there we go. Should be good now. Let me know. Is the echo gone?
You've sounded fine to me in the audience and up here, so I'm not sure what's going on for some people.
Test. I think I got the air. Some are saying good. Some are saying echo. Great. Good. Yes. Okay. Good. Okay. We're good to go. All right. Thank you. Whew. Jeez. You too, bro. This is gonna take some getting used to. And I have I'm gonna be doing Baron Coleman's gonna be joining us on our stream Saturday. He confirmed today. I'll know what time it is, like tomorrow or something. We'll get it scheduled. So I'll be doing my first YouTube collab with Baron on Saturday. So it should be pretty cool. Anyways, think we're going, think we're good. All right. So if you are on YouTube, right? Here we go. They're good to go.
Diligent, I just wanted to say the only thing is now that the sound is good, but there is about a 10-second delay on the YouTube.
Yeah, that's how it works, bro.
Okay, I just let you know.
All right. So anyways. So what did I say? I said we had George Zinn. So let me just start over. We'll go with George Zinn. We have George. I'm sorry. I thought I had all this dialed in yesterday. I will make sure that I'm more prepared tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming all the way through Saturday, and we'll be good. We'll be good to go tomorrow. So Let's see. There he is. This is George Zinn. Okay, George Zinn is the first Patsy to get arrested when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, right? There is numerous Patsies throughout the course of this. Okay. And I would argue that, well, I can't say too much. I know for a fact that he's connected to TPUSA, right? Or at least he said he was. He was so connected to TPUSA that they paid for his hotel and his airfare to fly to Arizona when they were trying to get Trump elected in 2024, right? Just a year before. The year before, he was now they're saying that there's no sound. I don't know, bro. There should be sound. Oh. Now they're saying that there's no sound. I don't know, bro. There should be sound. There should be sound. Oh. Okay. Anyways. I think I need to get some moderators for
There's
YouTube
definitely sound. I'm watching, bro.
People.
The
Anyways,
YouTube's great, dude. The YouTube's great. It's just there's a delay. That's the only thing.
Okay. Yeah, don't worry about the delay. I don't care about the delay. All right. So, anyways, go back here. So we have. I think I need to get some moderators. This is George for Zinn. YouTube.
The YouTube's great.
Dude.
The YouTube's great. It's just there's a delay. That's the only thing.
Okay. Immediately took blame for Charlie Kirk's assassination, and I mean immediately. All right. So within the first 2 minutes, so we had Charlie Kirk got hit. This is George Zinn. This guy took the blame. He immediately took blame for. Immediately took blame for Charlie Kirk's assassination, and I mean immediately. Within the first 2 minutes after everybody there thought he did it because he said he did it. This guy took the blame, and everybody there thought he did it because he said he did it. So I want you to take notes. This is important. And Candace covered some of this today, and I've covered it before in the last year. But you'll notice these they're called undergarments, right? So I want you to take your typical. This is important. Average white boy underwear. Covered right there. Some of this today, right? And I've covered it before. He pulled his pants down. He did not pull his pants down. The cops did that when they were searching him after he took blame for called undergarments, death of Charlie Kirk. Those are not your typical. And I want you to average white boy underwear. This is within the first, right? You think that he pulled his pants down? He did not. Charlie Kirk getting assassinated. The cops did that when they were searching him after he took blame for the death of Charlie Kirk. What do you notice? Okay, and I want you to note. Look, does that look like within the first? UVU first 5 minutes of Charlie Kirk getting assassinated. Isn't that interesting? What do you notice about the arresting officers? How many what do you notice? Marked police officers were there. Does that look like your normal UVU? There's one. Uniform. So this is a normal police officer right here. This is a UVU police officer. How many? He's got his police uniform on. Yada yada yada. Mark. I have another photo from a different angle with George Zinn. How many? Maybe it's in the feed. Right? There's one. So this is a normal police officer right here. This is a UVU police officer. He's got his police uniform on. Yada yada yada. Oh, I have another photo from a different angle with George Zinn. Maybe it's in the feed. Okay, so he's Mormon, right? This is the thing. Okay. So not only is George Zinn connected to TPUSA, I got it, but he's also Mormon. And Candace, he's Mormon, right? This is the thing. So not only is Georgian connected to TPUSA, but he's also
Are you
Mormon.
watching this chat, AJ?
And Candace.
People, okay, I'm just closing everything. Let's just close it all.
Well, that's because some people have their YouTube audio and their X audio, so you got to mute one of them if you don't want to hear double.
Are you watching
sound.
this
That's
chat,
basically
AJ?
what's-
Yeah,
These-
yeah,
these people-
yeah. You gotta either
Okay,
mute the space
I'm
or
just,
mute
I'm
the
just
or mute the
closing
YouTube. You
everything.
can't have both
Let's just
up
close
at the
it
same
all.
time.
Well, that's because some people
No,
have
when I
their
say there's
YouTube
double audio, meaning there's
and their
two audio
X
streams on
audio,
YouTube.
so you got to mute one of them
There
if you don't
shouldn't
want to hear
be.
double.
There
sound.
was
That's
like
basically
it was
what's-
like
Yeah,
a loop.
yeah,
It was like a delayed
You
loop.
gotta
It was
either
weird.
mute
I
the
don't-
space or mute
I have
the
it
or mute the
turned
YouTube.
down
You can't
now,
have both
but-
up at the same time.
No, it's not doubled right now.
No, when I
Maybe
say there's
that's
double
what's going-
audio, meaning there's two audio streams on YouTube.
Just keep going, man.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
so
just keep
confused.
going. It looks
I'm
good.
very
There
confused.
was
I haven't
like
had this many
it was like
problems
a
with it
loop. It
before.
was like a
It's just
delayed
very weird
loop. It
today.
was
Just pay
weird.
no
I don't-
mind to it, dude.
I
Keep
have
going.
it turned down now, but
You
No,
know,
it's not
a
doubled
family
right now.
member call. I'm a little flustered. I have a family member.
Just keep going, man.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
just
so
keep going.
confused.
It looks good, dude.
I'm very confused. I
That
haven't
just
had
called
this
me
many
thinking that
problems
they're
with it
being
before.
surveilled.
It's just very weird today.
Just pay no
which is
mind
a little
to it, dude.
weird.
Keep going.
And
Okay.
you
And
know,
then
a family
a
member.
company
I'm a little
that-
flustered.
well,
I have
I just-
a family member.
I don't know if I'm ready to
disclose
disclose all of this yet,
but there is some very weird shit happening. That just called me.
There
Thinking
was
that they're being
a
surveilled.
cyber attack to one of the
which is a little
services
weird
that I use,
and apparently my information was hacked.
and then
out of this,
a company
out of this major business.
I just
I don't know if I'm ready
got a
to
letter in
disclose
the
all
mail.
of this yet, but there is some
And
very
I was
weird
like,
shit happening.
and then
one of my family members,
there was
a cyber attack, called me and
services
said
that I
that
use.
there
and
were
apparently
these two
my
strangers
information was hacked
circling
out of
their
this-
house.
out of
Because
this
my
major
family member has
business.
cameras everywhere.
I
got a letter
and,
in the mail. I was like, you're being
And
paranoid,
I was
yada
like,
yada yada.
and then
one of my family members called me and said that
Hold up, Diligent.
there were these
Guys
two
on YouTube, maybe
strangers
refresh your
circling their house.
just refresh your
Because
browser,
my family member has
or
cameras
like
everywhere.
go back to live. You know,
and
go skip back.
I was like, you're being
a
paranoid,
minute
yada
and then
yada
skip
yada.
back to live. That
And
could
then they
refresh
sent
your
me
stream. Hold up, Diligent. Guys on YouTube, maybe refresh your just refresh your browser, or like go back to live.
Yeah, bro. There's,
go
there's
skip
definitely an
back
issue with the audio.
a minute
I have no
and
idea
then
what
skip
it is,
back
but
to
it's
live.
sort of
That
like
could refresh
replaying
your
past audio, kind of delayed
stream.
loop kind of thing. It's weird. There has to be a second audio source going on.
It's not for everyone though, man. I'm
Yeah, bro.
watching it
There's
on
definitely
YouTube
an
as
issue
well,
with the
and
audio.
when I
I have
unmute,
no
it
idea
sounds
what it is,
normal.
but
I think
it's
it's
sort of
somebody
like
like
replaying
they're
past audio,
oh,
kind of delayed
they
loop
refreshed
kind
and
of
it's
thing.
still
It's
doing
weird.
it.
hold on.
There has to be a second audio source
Let me
going on.
It's not like they're
active.
oh, they refreshed and it's still doing it.
I'll just try to
Hold
I'll
on.
just okay.
No, man, it's
Let me, hold on. Just don't talk if it's sound. Let's see if this is there's only
should be
one
no
source
sound.
Let's see
Active.
if this is there's only one source active. I'll just try to I'll just
see.
okay. I'll just try
No,
to
man.
I'll just okay.
no, man, it's
Hold on. Just don't talk if it's ruining the experience. Just fix it. Okay, let's see. All right, YouTube, I will wait. Are you good now? Waiting for
Okay,
YouTube to let me know.
let's
if they are
see.
Good. It's extremely delayed over there.
Yeah, it's
It
gonna be
seems
like
to
All
be
30
right,
fixed.
seconds
YouTube,
behind.
I will wait.
It seems to be fixed
Are
now.
you good now? Okay,
Waiting
they're
for
saying that
YouTube
it's
to let me
fixed.
know if they are good.
Okay, I don't know what that was about. It's
Yeah,
extremely
yeah,
delayed over
right now,
there.
there's just no sound.
There
It
should
seems to be
sound.
fixed.
Should
Yeah,
be
it's gonna
fine.
be like
It
30
seems to be
seconds
fixed now. You
behind.
just said, "Are you good now?" Yeah, it's good now.
Okay. They're saying that it's fixed. So I don't know what that was
Yeah,
about.
yeah. Right now, there's just no
God
sound.
killed the voices in my head. There should be sound. Should be
Well,
fine.
It's just
That
delayed. So you
chat's
just
lit
said, "Are you
over
good
there.
now?"
I'm watching the YouTube chat. It's fucking
Yeah, it's
pretty
good
lit
now.
over there.
Okay.
Shout out to you guys for being so
So,
cool. It was an accident. Anyways,
God
all right,
killed the
sounds good.
voices
We're
in my
good.
head.
We'll try this one more
The
time.
chat's lit.
I'm trying to show.
I'm watching the YouTube chat. It's
Actually,
it's
here's
pretty
what
lit
we'll
over
do.
there.
Shout out to you guys for being
so.
So I showed
Cool.
you George Zen.
It was an accident.
Anyways,
That was the
all right,
first
sounds
one.
good. We're good. Well, I did a interview with George.
We'll try this
Zen.
one
Many
more
people don't
time.
know this. I'm trying to show. Actually, here's what we'll do. We're gonna go. So there he is getting hauled off. I showed you George Zen. That was the first one. Well, I did a interview with George Zen. Many people don't know this.
Saying that it's back. It's on now. So, okay. I don't know. No sound. No sound. I see you. I see you. Oh, fuck, man. Might have to start over. Might give up on this route. Let's see. It says the dogs are going nuts. Can you guys hear those dogs? Okay. It's on now.
Nope.
Okay. I don't know. No
Not
sound.
actually.
No sound. I see.
So,
you.
anyways,
I see you.
I'm just gonna keep going.
Might have to start over.
I have had this working yesterday.
Those dogs?
I have not changed anything. I do not know why it is
Nope.
giving us problems.
I
In
can.
isolation.
Like I
So
literally,
anyways, I'm just gonna
held the
keep going.
space. Yesterday, the day before yesterday, I have had this working. Did a audio stream. I have not changed anything. I did a test run. It is. I have not changed anything. I have no idea why it's tweaking. Like I literally held the space. But anyways, it's back to double. Yesterday, the day before
I don't know.
yesterday,
We'll have to figure it out.
and did a audio stream, and it was fine. I did a
Can you hear me,
test
Billy?
run. I have not changed anything. I have no idea why it's tweaking.
The thing is, if the viewers have it simultaneously
anyways,
opened in the
it's back
same
to double.
device,
Yeah, I don't
then
know. We'll
they're
have to
going to
figure it
hear an
out.
echo or
Let
a
me
delay.
try this.
You don't hear it, maybe.
Can you hear
but
me,
they
It's
do.
not that. I just
I can
opened it
hear
up
you.
on my computer too to check because that's how I was
The thing
looking
is,
at
if
first.
the
Both on my
viewers
phone,
have it
and it's not.
simultaneously
It's weird though because
opened
I've actually
in
never
the
heard anything
same
like it. It's not even
device,
an echo.
then they're going to hear an
Like when you
echo
have
or
like
a
two windows open,
delay.
it's not that. It doesn't
You
sound like
don't
that.
hear
It's
it,
like
maybe,
it's
but
just
they
playing
do.
it again. I just opened it up on my
behind,
computer too to check. So that's how I was looking at first. Weird. Both on my phone, and it's not. It's weird though because I've
Diligent, can you
actually
like
never heard
stop
anything
the
like it.
YouTube
It's not
stream
even
and
an echo.
restart just that one?
Like when you have like two windows open, it's not that. It doesn't sound like that. It's like it's just playing
a
it
moment.
again a few seconds behind, or like
I just
5
need
seconds
everybody to calm
behind.
down a little bit.
It's weird.
Everybody just hold your tits.
Diligent, can you like
YouTube
stop
doesn't
the
calm down.
YouTube
You know
stream and
this.
restart just that
The
one?
chat is just lit over there. They are tripping.
YouTube chats are fucking hilarious.
Oh,
tonight.
it's good. It's so annoying hearing
Just a moment.
everyone. Echo maxing.
Just need everybody to calm down a little bit.
I've only got one
Everybody
stream
just
active
hold
in
your
my
tits.
OBS. That's what it's.
YouTube doesn't calm down. You know
I don't
this.
have
They're
this problem. The chat is just lit over there. They are tripping.
YouTube chats are fucking hilarious.
Oh, next it's good.
Is that
so
better?
Annoying hearing everyone.
So
maxing.
you actually got
in
left
your
with a delay.
OBS. I've only
at
got
that
one
point.
stream active in my OBS. That's what it's.
I think
I
it should
usually
be.
I don't have this problem.
Let me see.
No, it's still repeating from earlier and playing the
try
current
this.
one.
It's a playback.
Is that
it's a
better?
playback loop.
It's
So
playing
you
right
actually
now
got left with a
and like
delay
a minute
at
a minute
that
ago.
point.
It's
Test.
playing them at the same time. It's really strange.
I
I've
think it
never
should
seen this
be-
either.
Let me see.
No, it's still repeating
Tell
from
the feds to
earlier
get off
and
your
playing
shit.
current one.
Could it be
It's a
broadcasting the
playback.
Twitter
It's a
space through
playback
YouTube?
loop.
It's
also,
playing
you know what I mean,
right
like a
now
double
and like a
broadcast
minute
almost.
from a minute ago. It's playing them at the same time. It's really strange. I've never seen this either.
No, I don't have YouTube open.
Tell the feds to get off your shit.
Could it be
I had
broadcasting
my
the Twitter space through
studio
YouTube
open on a different
and
browser,
also,
but
you know
it
what I mean, like a
was
double
working fine.
broadcast almost?
Bro, playback loop. Unplug the computer. No, I don't have
YouTube's
YouTube
funny.
open. Can you guys hear me on YouTube right now? I had my studio open on a different browser, but it was working fine. Bro,
Yeah, there's sound, but it's
playback loop.
It's mixed in current with from a minute
Unplug
ago.
the computer. That's so
YouTube's
weird.
funny.
There's no.
Can you guys hear me on YouTube right now?
See. It's muted.
Yeah, there's sound,
Monitors off.
but it's
Yes, there's two of
it's
you.
mixed in current with from a minute ago.
I have no idea why there's.
That's so weird. There's no.
Let me see.
Restarting, man. You gotta restart that.
It's got to be something with OBS. That's not something I would normally. Monitors off. Yes, there's two of you. I have no idea why there's two.
Restarting, man. You gotta restart that.
Yeah, okay, I see it. It's got to be something with OBS. That's not something I would normally. YouTube's not open on my computer, so I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, there's got to be something with OBS. It's kind of fun now. You're repeating yourself. I hear you in double. Okay, I see it. You could be louder. I hear you with an echo. Mute the other speakers. YouTube's not open on my computer. So I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, I think we're gonna have to end the stream, and then I'll start it over. You're repeating yourself. I hear you in double. I'll start it over. I think it's OBS is the problem. Louder. I'm not sure why it's doing an echo. Mute the other speakers. Let me try this real quick. We'll try one last thing. Okay, I think we're gonna have to end the stream, and then I'll start it over. I'll start it over. I think it's OBS is the.
YouTube.
Yeah, I don't. There, I mean, there is.
I noticed you had a settings screen open earlier. I don't know if that was your co-host or somebody that was helping you, but there was a tab open with some settings and you were clicking through. And I think it was so fast, I didn't see what check boxes, but that's when it started doing double after that settings screen was open and somebody started clicking check boxes. We could see it happening on YouTube.
So this sounds good. Hold on. Let me see. I'll just pull it up myself. You guys might hear some feedback. Damn, I can't even open YouTube. Fuck. So sounds back to normal.
Yeah, YouTube seems fine now.
Do you know what happens when
That's I haven't changed anything.
There's this new app called Too Good To Go, and thousands of restaurants
I haven't changed anything.
to sell this.
All right, there we go. Now I have it up myself so I can listen. So sounds back to normal. I haven't changed anything.
Yeah, YouTube seems fine now.
It's gotta be YouTubers. I haven't changed anything. I didn't fucking do shit. I didn't do shit.
It's 100% YouTube.
Yeah, it's got to be YouTube because I didn't do shit. Just sitting here. Okay, whatever. Okay, so I guess I will just use yeah, I think I can close this now. All right, we're back. Let me get back here. So George Zinn was the first Patsy, right? And if you're ever on YouTube, you can see him. I don't think it'll play. Oh. Can you guys hear this video on YouTube?
Yes.
Right now, you can hear this George Zinn video.
Well, on YouTube, you're just starting to the George Zinn video, but yes.
You can hear the sound of it?
Hold on, let me turn it up.
How dare you!
I heard it.
Yeah, we can hear it on YouTube.
Yes, you can hear it.
Okay, I know why there's a double sound now. Okay.
There's no double sound yet.
I understand why there was a double sound. So I talked to George Zinn while he was in jail, right? I guess I'm not going to be able to I got it figured out. I guess I will dial this in later. I'll do a subscriber or a membership space after this. Oh, I can't. I got plans. Fuck. I'll do a subscriber membership space tomorrow earlier, and we'll dial it in, and then we'll do the bigger space. So this is George Zinn. Okay. You see that he was arrested here. He was the first Patsy. I mean, this is minutes afterwards. You have plainclothes detectives arresting him. There's one plainclothes detective. Okay. If you look carefully, where is he? There's another plainclothes detective. This guy right here in the green shorts. He's also a plainclothes detective, right? And if you keep going, so we have 1, 2. See this guy in the shirt, the Great America Comeback. That is another plainclothes detective. So 1, 2, 3. He trips. He's got his pants down. Okay, that's a woman. It's not her. All right. So George Zinn was arrested at the scene for obstruction of justice because he told the cops and everybody that he was the one that killed Charlie Kirk, and he asked them to shoot him. All this stuff, crazy stuff. And he was taken to the hospital, right? Because apparently he was wounded during all of this, which I thought was interesting. He does not look wounded, does he? Looks fine. But they take him to the hospital, and while he's at the hospital, he tells the staff there that he was paid to do this, that somebody paid him to cause a scene and say what he said and take the blame, right? So there's Patsy number one. While he is at the hospital, the FBI comes to question him, and they randomly just find child porn on his phone. Imagine that, right? We'll get into that a little bit later. So that's Patsy number one. Okay, and then Patsy number two, and this is before Tyler Robinson, okay, is Kennington Russell, who is actually he goes by Russell Kennington, and even like official sources call him Kennington Russell. I mean Russell Kennington, and it is. Well, this guy's very, very interesting, right? Like he's super interesting. I think you guys can hear this over there. You don't need to. I'm gonna just make it bigger. So Kennington Russell is walked out with a rifle. Why is, first of all, this is Charlie Kirk's assassination. A person being walked out disguised as a doctor. He's not a doctor, by the way. Okay. He has like a normal 9 to 5 day job. He's disguised as like a doctor. You can see he's wearing scrubs. He has a lab coat on over his hoodie, right? He has an earbud in, right? He was talking to somebody. And he was found behind the second row of crime scene tape. Okay? You know the big courtyard where Charlie Kirk was assassinated. This was the big courtyard where Charlie Kirk was assassinated. That had crime scene tape off after like that night, right? During that night, they had the initial tent where he was shot. That area was it was cut off with crime scene tape. And then afterwards, they put a bigger area of crime scene tape around that whole courtyard. Russell Kennington was caught the following day, right? About 24 hours, maybe 30 hours later, disguised as a doctor, right? And he was caught with a rifle. And if you go look this up, this rifle, and let me just say, look, it's got an evidence tag on it. Like you can see this tag dangling here, right? That's an evidence tag. You can see the straps when he gets a little bit closer. Thank God for Chelsea LaRoe. She's an influencer on TikTok, right? Shout out to her. She is the only one to capture this footage. The legacy media didn't capture it. The new media didn't capture it. If you go look at the reporting on this, okay, how this guy was apprehended is described. This gun is not mentioned not one single time anywhere. Anywhere. When you look at his charging documents, this gun is not mentioned anywhere. Anywhere. Okay? So let me see here. You can see the tag dangling, right? You can't see. He cuts out a frame. Man, shout out to this girl. This is huge. Okay, now you got a really good look at it. So this is a brown barrel stock. This is actually very similar to the type of weapon that they say killed Charlie Kirk. Okay. This is a strap right here. This is the bottom. The strap hooks right here at the bottom of the front part of the stock. And then the back part of the strap hooks to the back part of the stock. And you can see that the strap is dangling over, and the cop is actually using the strap to carry the rifle with one hand. So he has that strap in his fist, right? And then he's holding the top of the gun, and he's using the strap to hold the back, so he only has to use one hand to carry that gun. So it looks like it's a really light gun, and like it might be fake or something. No, he's using that strap as leverage to carry it like that. It has an evidence tag on it, right? You do not see it dangling back and forth in the wind. There's the evidence tag, right? This gun is not mentioned ever again, ever. It's not mentioned in any of the charging documents against this guy. He ended up getting a few charges for criminal trespass and a couple of other charges. I think he got obstruction of justice as well. And you'll notice, and shout out to the Cubana over there in the YouTube chat. She says, no gloves. No gloves. Where's the evidence gloves? It's got an evidence tag, but no, he's not wearing any gloves. Right?
What about a barrel? Do you see a barrel on this gun?
Well, because of the angle, you can't. And I would argue this looks like a disassembled rifle. Right? It looks like the barrel's removed. It's kind of like what they said Tyler Robinson did, right? They said that Tyler Robinson, let me see, is this full video quality? That's full quality. Yeah. They said that Tyler Robinson took his gun apart to get it up on the roof. This looks like a disassembled gun, or partially.
Okay, then why would you disassemble the gun if you're taking it to the lab?
He's not taking it to a lab. I think he's in disguise so that he can be seen. So they think he's like a professor or somebody that's supposed to be there. Because UVU canceled school this week, right? They canceled school through the weekend. They didn't have class until the next week. So I think he's in disguise to look as if he is, supposed to be there, right? As a medical person or as a, as maybe as like an employee, a professor or whatever. But the big part is that this cop is carrying a gun. The gun is tagged. They're walking out with the guy. Okay. When they saw him behind the yellow tape, if you look the story up when it was originally reported, he ran. They saw him and he ran. Okay. That's fleeing and eluding. That is I think it might be a felony in Utah. I'm not sure. If you run from a cop when they tell you to stop, that is an extra charge. Okay, he was not charged with that. He was found with a gun. Okay, behind the crime scene tape where Charlie Kirk was. Now, the story says that he went back there. Okay, this is the story he gave the feds, or the feds gave us. That he went there to, quote unquote, he was reminiscing and taking photos and selfie videos of the crime scene. That's what he said. I'm not shitting you.
Reminiscing what exactly?
Reminiscing the assassination.
Yeah, that's okay.
So if you look at his Facebook, let me see. Where is it? So there he is. They're part of this I posted this, but I got to looking at it. I don't know if that is trans furry stuff. I think if they're gay, I think they're actually dressed up as Care Bears in that photo. Well, I don't really know. I don't know. When I posted this, they kept trying to community note me and say that this was not a gun. Look at that. You can see it there. That's a gun. It's a blurry picture. It's a gray. And then, so what they were trying to say was that this is the same gun that Tyler Robinson, that they found out in the woods, that they were attributing to Tyler Robinson, and that for some reason, they were just carrying it out with this guy the next day. And I'm like, dude, the gun that Tyler Robinson allegedly had there is gray. It's got a gray synthetic stock. It's not wood. You can see it. But you can clearly see from the shape of the stock, okay, this is a gun. Okay, this other image, this guy, that's a gun. 100%. That's a gun. And you can see the straps. And
is it a real gun though? Or is it like a BB gun or some kind of a air rifle?
I mean,
and the barrel of this does not come off, like the stock or whatever you call it.
The barrels, you can't disassemble a rifle.
Not the gray one that you showed us. That doesn't come apart, dude.
All guns come apart. Real guns come apart, so you can clean them. That's not true. You can disassemble those guns.
That bolt action you show us?
Yeah.
You're saying that the barrel will come off?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
You have to. It depends on the type of the model. But I believe that one you take the stock apart, and then there's a screw that holds it into the to the business end, connects to the stock or to the mechanics, to the action part. There's a screw, I believe, that holds that together. I watched them disassemble that model last year, but I don't remember. But air rifles, they don't come apart like these do, right? You don't take air rifles apart to clean them and all that. This gun has been disassembled partially, right? The stock and the chamber and all of that shit's here, but that the barrel's missing off of this gun. The barrel's missing, and you don't evidence tag a toy. So I think what we have here is a partially disassembled bolt action rifle with a brown stock, right? You can see the wood grain. We'll go to the original. I don't know why this is so grainy. Let me see. Oh, maybe this is it. Was I looking at Sam's? Oh, yeah, that's much better. Okay, so yeah, there we go. This is yeah. And then also most air rifles, and I'm not sure, they don't usually have a strap on them, right? You don't have a strap on a gun that's this light. Like, I don't know. If it was an air rifle and that's all there was to it, why wasn't it rifle looks like a bullpup, fire mech in front action, makes rifle shorter, maintaining barrel length. So YouTube thinks that this is the full. YouTube thinks that this is the full rifle. I would argue that it, regardless of whether or not this was a real gun or not, or a toy gun, right? This should have been reported on. You don't evidence tag something that's not significant, right? It's got a fucking evidence tag on it.
The only reason I suggested that, Diligent, is because of how cavalier this looks. I mean, this is crazy. He's just walking. I mean, if that's the actual rifle that they're saying, yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous.
No,
He's
that
walking
was
around with
no.
it
I was just
willy-nilly.
that was what they were saying when I posted this clip because I kept pushing it because it wasn't reported, and so like anytime that I report something that the establishment doesn't like, I get community noted. They attack it. They try to boost it, whatever. So I kept pushing it, so that way it gets like cemented into the history or the timeline. And so you'll see me double and triple down sometimes um on stuff like this, and it's like, well, why are you repeating yourself? It's because I don't want it to get glazed over. I don't want it to not be a part. If people search the timeline or use I want this to come back as a result, right? So
The other thing is the way he's holding it. It looks light. I mean, just he's holding it
it's
like it's
missing the
nothing.
barrel. I would
Okay,
argue
well,
it's missing the
okay.
barrel. I
Well,
would
if it's
argue
missing
that
the
it's
barrel,
missing the
that
barrel.
makes
I don't
sense.
see the barrel. And I think that the barrel is like a super heavy component, right? Like it would I mean I you know uh I have my own, and they're without the barrel they're much lighter, much lighter. It's easier to carry like that. That's exactly how you would carry it. If I was carrying just the chamber and the barrel and the stock of a gun and it was missing the barrel, I could carry it like that easily, especially if I was holding it by the strap, right? It would be much heavier with a full length barrel. We're talking about, I believe they're like 28 inches on a long rifle, right? So, so this is Patsy number 2. I think Patsy number 2.
Hold up, there's another thing. Somebody on YouTube mentioned that this dude's walking out with earbuds.
Yeah.
What's up with
I
that?
said that. I said that. He's got earbuds on.
How so? Like, that doesn't make sense. When they arrest you, usually they don't let you keep your like earbuds and stuff on you.
And look, he smiles at the camera. Look, see? It's so strange. And then you have a plainclothes detective, right? And then you have these 3 UVU officers walking him out. It's such a strange thing. And they look very, very conspicuous. Like they're just trying to keep this as low profile as possible, right? So like a media swarm doesn't happen. And then they arrest him. And if you go look at this guy, so I have looked into this guy. I've knocked on his door. We'll look at this. This is Patsy number 2. We're going through the Patsies, and through their timelines, and then we're gonna finish with Tyler Robinson, who I would argue is Patsy number 3. Okay, I think that there were 4 or 5 Patsies at Charlie Kirk's assassination. Two of them are legitimate Patsies, both arrested, who, according to the official narrative, did not kill Charlie Kirk. Okay. So his name is Kennington Russell, or it is Russell Kennington. I don't show people's doxing information on here. You know, I can look up anybody, but we don't look up people's IDs on here. Do you see Russell Kin? It is Kennington Kim Russell. That's his middle name, Kim Russell. So he goes by Russell Kim Kennington, right? That's what he uses. So they say that he's a furry. because they're all wearing this. I would argue this is some kind of gay pajama party. They're all dressed up like Care Bears, not furries. And you can see that him and his boyfriend are just there. They're not actually dressed up like that. I don't think these people are furries. I think that that's misattributed. What is interesting about him? So if you look, so remember I was telling you about the cube, Metatron's cube, right? That's the Star of David behind him, right? And if you look on his neck, that is the Metatron's cube symbol. If you look at his Facebook, and he's got a few different social medias, this is actually a profile on X. If you look him up on Twitter, he has a few different profiles. This is one of his profile pictures. So is the other one. This is a profile picture from Twitter, right? So this guy is obsessed with Metatron's cube. Where is it? So this is evidence, okay? Look at this. September 10th, 2025, Russell Kennington. That's him, Kennington Russell. UVU has the tightest security. We are safe. Thank you to all of those who helped us out. He was there. He was there when Charlie Kirk was assassinated. But did he ever leave? Right? How did he get back into UVU while they were conducting a manhunt for the killer, the murder weapon, for everything? They had it. There was nobody. All of the students had been evacuated. They closed the school down. They had 2 rows of security tape, right? They had the one around Charlie Kirk's, where he was assassinated at, that site. And then they had a bigger one around the exterior of the courtyard around the entrances. So there was no way he could get in there without crossing crime scene tape and getting through all of the police. And it was insane. Like that night, the amount of police that were surrounding it. They had bomb dogs. They had all kinds of crews for the next 24 hours. Right? We'll get into that when in the Tyler Robinson timeline, but this guy was there when Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And if the feds are to be believed, okay, that he disguised himself as a doctor between the time that he was there when Charlie was assassinated and somehow got through undetected, looking like this, okay? And either what I think is that he's one of our patsies with the gun, okay? And he either was there with the gun or he was sent back to get a gun, right? And this is how they get the gun out. Okay, this is how they get the gun out. They're carrying it out with him to make it look like it's him. I would argue that this is a diversion, that this is a way to get something off the property without the press taking note and it going everywhere and them saying, oh, here's the gun that killed Charlie Kirk, right? Because one gun had already been found. But what's so weird is that the legacy media never reported on this gun. The new media never reported on this gun. When I reported it, like I pushed it hard right here, you can see, right? Yeah, that was this year, just in June. I was like pushing that hard on this. I went to his house. Let's see. Oh yeah, so Metatron's cube. We'll talk about that. These are the symbols. Comes from Jewish and Talmudic mysticism and legends. Archangel Metatron was the quote unquote voice of God and quote unquote guardian of divine secrets, right? And it's part of the like sacred geometry cult shit. You can see it. It's Jewish mysticism. The name Metatron originates from the Kabbalist texts in the Talmud and Jewish legends. Archangel Metatron is the highest ranking angel, often identified with the prophet Enoch after his ascension to heaven. He serves as the celestial scribe and guardian of divine secrets. And I went to this guy's house, right, the first time and tried to interview him because that's what we do, right? That's what I do anyways. Whenever I go on the ground, I'm trying to talk to these people. This is his boyfriend. This is a group picture of this Patsy with his boyfriend and his boyfriend's family, and that is this is the Talmud. This is the Talmud up on there. So this is a Jewish family. They're at the very least, they're Orthodox Jews. And this guy is obsessed with Metatron. There he is, and Jewish mysticism. So yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that means anything super significant, but it's he plays a role. Very strange. So here I am. Okay, this is when I went to his house. So he lives in I said apartment complex, but it's really like condominiums. They own this, by the way. I found through my research, and they had this hang. You can see. So I'm knocking on the door. I'm sorry about the camera, but I didn't want it to be obvious that I was recording. So this is actually sitting in my like pocket, and I'm like tilting it up to catch this thing hanging on their door. So that's the thing hanging on their door. And shout out to our ex audience. Yeah, they had a purple light. Yep. Shout out to our ex audience for figuring out one of these scenes. They never answered the door. I didn't pound, but I knocked on the door. So somebody took a screenshot of one of these where you can see the hand, and in the palm of one of these hands, when you can get a better shot of it, it has that Metatron's cube. It has the Star of David. Was there gay house music playing? He does like gay house music. When I was doing my research, they are into that shit. But let's see, I can't see it. So, anyways, this is more of that Kabbalic mysticism. This is literally, I forget what it's called. It's to bless or ward off spirits or whatever. And all of these hands have the Star of David in the palm and the Metatron's cube. And when you look at this guy up, and I don't know if I pulled it up. Let's see. They did so somebody did it, Grandma. I reported this on November. I forgot about this. So I think it was Sam Parker. It may have been a different guy on here. Did a grandma request. They're making fun of the purple lights. Did a grandma request and for the records as pertains to the arrest of this guy, and they were denied. Denying FOIA request for video of Russell Kim Kennington dressed in a lab coat. So there's security cameras that were there, and the one that caught the camera that was present that caught the Charlie Kirk assassination of the big crowd and everything. They tried to FOIA grandma, which is like the Utah version of FOIA, and they were denied. They were denied these records to see, because we wanted to see, was he collecting a rifle? What was he doing back there? Was he doing what he said he was doing? I would argue that he was not doing what he said he was doing. And the reason why they denied these, and you never hear about this gun, is because it's part of the cover-up. As far as we know, could be the gun that actually killed Charlie Kirk. We have no idea. We have no idea. But the fact of the matter is this gun is never reported on again, except for here. And shout out to the girl. We'll see if the original on TikTok's better. I uploaded this at 1080p. I don't know why it's not loading full. But here is the link. Her name is Chelsea LaRoe. She is an influencer or whatever from TikTok up there in Utah, and she just happened to be there. And it's a gun because I will just have you look at her caption for the TikTok posted that day. Okay. Just witness something crazy. This is on 9/11/2025. Just witnessed something crazy at UVU. A man in a doctor outfit got arrested, and police had an AK-47. Now, I know that's not an AK-47. You know, well, most of the men on here should know that's not an AK-47. But like an influencer chick, she probably doesn't know, right? She just knows, she sees a big rifle and thinks gun, machine gun, AK-47. She's describing a rifle. An AK-47 is a long rifle, regardless what that gun is up there. That is a long rifle. This is the woman. Look, you can see where she's just standing 10, 15 feet away. She's in the grass. She's just standing this far away from them video. So she saw a gun as well, too. 100% that's a gun. Okay. You see a gun, you can't get a good look at it. She's describing a gun. If you go to her profile on TikTok.
But hold on, Diligent. If it's disassembled, if the barrel's missing, and if you take out the magazine and stuff, doesn't it kind of look like a stripped down AK-47 like buttstock? Like if you were to take most metal parts off, what does it look like?
I mean, I don't know. I've never stripped one down. I mean, I think it looks like look, that looks like, I don't know how you pause on TikTok. Oh, you just click on it. All right, let's see. I mean, that looks like a long gun missing the barrel. It doesn't look like it's missing missing the metal. It looks like it's missing the barrel.
And no magazine, I imagine.
No, this is bolt actions don't have magazines. Some do, but the a lot of bolt actions don't have magazines. Yeah, this is a bolt action rifle missing the barrel is what it is. You can see it here. And she confirms with her reporting, and shout out to her, man. So this is her on TikTok. Oh man, where's it? Where's the rest of her? Click on her. There we go. Oh damn. Oh, no offense. I didn't know, you guys. I wasn't expecting these thirst traps. But damn. Okay. Hello. This is Chelsea LaRoe. Shout out Chelsea. She be getting it. So she was just there. Let's see. There it is. It's just so crazy. Look, all of these thirst traps from her. And she is, what's this? So all of these thirst traps from her, and she's just like one of those like Instagram thirst trap girls or whatever, right? The party life and colleges and all that shit. And then randomly on the day after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, you have one video which, dude, look, it's gotten shares now. So when I first reported this, it only had like a few, it didn't only have like a few thousand views. So it's gone around since then. Good. I'm glad that we got attention to the original. So yeah, it's just this bothers me so much. I didn't have time when I was there. I did not have time to go try to read this guy. When I was there, I ended up going to Panguitch more, which I'm glad I did. But man, I would love to talk to this guy. God, I would love to talk to this guy. And ask him what was this gun? I want to know, what was this gun? What were you doing with it? Why is it not mentioned in your police reports? What in your court reporting? What's going on here? Mute the video. Sorry, you guys. Sorry. Okay, let me. Okay. Mute the video. I'll get it figured out, you guys. Oh, there we go. I'm not used to using TikTok. So I'm going to run out of time. So anyways, I wasn't trying to sell this girl to you guys, but I don't know. I mean, she's pretty cool. I just say she's pretty cool. She makes some good content. I think she makes some good content.
Cool, certainly a word, Diligent. Let's normalize hot women just being hot. We don't even have to call it a thirst trap. Come on, you don't even have to go there. She's allowed to be hot. She's allowed
I
to be
can't.
hot.
I can't call these thirst traps. I feel like to qualify. I feel like
I just think it's unfair to call every fucking picture a woman posts a thirst trap.
this.
Just
Do
leave it
you see what
simple.
I'm seeing? This is definitely a thirst trap.
Listen, she clearly works hard for her body. She's allowed to do whatever the fuck she wants.
You're being gaslit, Diligent.
Just because y'all feel
Thirst trap.
uncomfortable looking at it,
We
doesn't mean
gotta
it's a
keep
thirst
it.
trap.
We gotta keep it legit. Exactly.
So it is interesting though, isn't it, that she has all of these videos that are workout videos and thirst trap, dude. That's fine. She's barely dressed there. I mean, look at that. She's yeah. Anyways, that's too funny. Yeah, 100% thirst trap. Yeah, I should run a poll in the YouTube chat and say, is this a thirst trap? All right, that's enough distraction. I think that they did this on purpose. But isn't it funny? Like she's got all of these like thirst trap videos, and then one video of some serious news, which is a guy getting arrested disguised. She is the only person that got this video. Shout out to her for being in the right place at the right time. This is why I love citizen journalism. Anybody, all of us are citizen journalists. If you're a United States citizen, you are a citizen journalist. It doesn't matter if it's sus. It was posted on the right day at the right time at the right place. So I think that she was just there checking shit out. You see, I think that there's a comment where she even kind of describes. Let's see, graduation regalia. What's that about? I see that. I don't know how to look at the. How do I look at the replies? I want to see what she said. This happened yesterday. Man got arrested for trespassing on the crime scene. Seeing if we can find out more information from the replies. It's closed, but you're still able to get on campus. This kid was trespassing in the crime scene. They destroyed the crime scene as soon as Charlie had left. Yes, they did, but it's shameful of the camera. Even used the chair it died on. Blah blah blah. Okay, that was a week later. He looks like the guy. Look, he looks more like the guy with the gun, closer to Charlie in tan. That's interesting. He does kind of look like that now that you say that. I'm trying to see if she gives out any more information. I didn't read these comments last time. Yeah, so this gun is just gone. It's just gone. So that's one Patsy, and this is a big one. He ended up getting if we go look. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? At the thirst traps? That is not why I was focused on that page, by the way, you guys. I promise I was trying to show you. Let's see. I did some more reporting on this. So yeah, he's a like Jewish occult, apparently. Gay Jewish occult. Into some weird stuff, man. You see his face. His face looks really strange. There he is wearing. So that's I believe that is a pentagram, right? That's a some kind of witchcraft or some stuff. There he is with the Talmud behind him. There he is with the Jewish occult symbols, Metatron, hands hanging from his light and his condo. That's me there. I think I put what he got charged with here. No, maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. So that's another Patsy. He is more interesting to me than George Zen. Like they buried this so quick, this gun. Like if you look it up, there's no mention of a gun. At all. There's no mention of a gun. There's no mention of a gun in his charging documents. There's no let's ask Grok. Let's ask Grok real quick. I don't know if you guys can
We'll try to use Grok. We'll see if it echoes for everybody. I hope it doesn't, but we're gonna try it. Grok, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's on your mind?
Grok, I want you to do a search of what all Russell Kim Kennington was charged with when he got found at UVU just after Charlie Kirk's assassination. I want you to list as much details from the charging documents and surrounding reporting as you can. And I want to know if if there was a mention of a rifle or a fake rifle ever at all in any of the documentation.
Russell Kim Kennington, 38, of Pleasant Grove, Utah, was arrested the day after Charlie Kirk's assassination at Utah Valley University on September 10, 2025. He was charged with suspicion of capital obstruction of justice, a second-degree felony, and criminal trespass, a Class B misdemeanor. He wore a white lab coat, crossed 2 sets of visible yellow crime scene tape, took photos and videos of the scene and investigators, and snapped a selfie on his phone. When confronted, he ran but was stopped near the Woodbury building. He told officers he was reminiscing and filming the scene and following the shadows to avoid disturbing them. His phone was seized and the selfie was recovered, but no other specifics from it are detailed in reports. No charging documents or affidavits are publicly linked in the coverage, so full verbatim text isn't available. Only quotes from the affidavit in news reports. No mention of a rifle, fake rifle, firearm, or any weapon on his person, in his possession, or in the photos he took appears in any reporting or the affidavit excerpts. The high-powered rifle linked to the shooting was found separately in a wooded area and is not connected to Kennington. Officials explicitly stated he is not a suspect in the murder.
How do they know that? How do they know he's not a suspect in the murder? They found him with a gun.
Well, what if that gun
at
is
the scene? This is before they caught Tyler Robinson. Before. This is the next fucking day before they caught Tyler Robinson, right? Tyler Robinson, or the alleged killer, was still at large when they caught this guy at the scene with a gun. And the Woodbury building, okay? The Woodbury building is the building that was right in front of Charlie, but to the right a little bit, right? Which, by the way, is still line of sight to get the throat. So if this guy was on top of the Woodbury building with a gun, okay, he could hit Charlie. I've been there. I looked at it. I took if you go search my profile for witness, like search witness. Oh, as a matter of fact, we'll just do it now. So where they found this guy, okay? Where they found this guy, you can. That's a different witness. I took a witness statement on campus. Where is he? So okay, here we go. So the witnesses that were deposed that gave these I think they're 1102s or whatever they are, right? They all say the shot came from Charlie's right. They all say that they heard the sound from Charlie's right, which could be the presidential building. That's where the college president's office is, up at the top. Okay. And then behind that, towards the LOC, like towards that direction, north, is the Woodbury building. Okay. Which is, there's a lower platform underneath the Woodbury building, right? That some activists and protesters were standing on. And then above that, it was like I walked around it and videoed and did a video space, and you could get up and down there. You could get up and down there. And not only that, the way that the layout is, that corner, that's the corner of the university. So if you went the opposite way of where Charlie was sitting, and went east over the Woodbury building, you would get off the grounds rather quick because that's the edge of the university. So you could get out of there. Just anybody go look at the map with the Woodbury building.
and you'll see what I'm talking about. So in these witness statements, I remember reporting this, right? Oh, Rock, I don't want you to talk. I remember reporting this when it happened. So you have these guys, these are witnesses, 3 witnesses, okay? One that I interviewed, one that do you guys remember Cooper Brown? Cooper Brown is the guy who was wearing the hat over his ears to hide what his ears looks like. He accosted a kid who was giving his account of what he observed when Charlie was assassinated. He said, I heard a shot. I looked over to my right. I looked over to my left. So indicating that he heard a shot from his right. From his left. He was sitting dead center. He was sitting dead center about 20 feet in front of Charlie Kirk. Close. Exactly center with him, right? And when he heard the shot, he said he looked over to his left, which is Charlie's right, right? That's the Woodbury building. That's the direction of the Woodbury building. So if you can see my screen right now, you can see it says witness statement says that there is that's 3 witnesses. There's one statement that says it was right here.
He was carried off.
I think it might double up if I play this. I don't know why it's not. That's weird. I think it's this thing that's having problems. Let me try this. Oh, you guys. I am so sorry. Now I know why it's doing that. There we go. I'm so sorry. That whole time there was 2 tabs. There was 2 browsers open. That's why it was doing that. My bad, guys. My bad. Okay.
What do you mean? You didn't do anything different?
I didn't do anything different. I didn't do anything different. It was a hidden window. Hidden window. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad that we figured that out. All right. So there we go. Now we can all listen together. Damn, that means I have to search it again. Okay, that's okay. So
down his shirt, and he slumped over and he was carried off. Down his shirt, and he slumped over and he was carried off.
I mean, you can see Cooper Brown
was an event volunteer.
This is when I was trying to ID this guy. I was trying to ID him so hard, and I finally figured out who he was. We were all, Candace Owens was posting selfie pictures of him. I was sending him to her. I'm like, we need to figure out who this guy is. Because I thought it was so weird he was hiding his ears. Did you guys know that the ear is the second most Hamza hand? Yes, that's what it was. The ear is the second most distinct part of a human body, of flesh outside of your iris. It is almost statistically as distinct as a fingerprint. So, and they don't publish this, but assets will cover their ears on recordings, right, in front of cameras, so that they cannot be tracked over time. So I'm the one that figured that out, by the way.
Diligent, could you scroll down just a touch? Your video is right over the guy's head.
Oh, I can shrink my video.
Oh, maybe it's just on my screen. I don't know.
There you go.
I was gonna say that I saw some.
I'm getting used to this YouTube shit, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna practice more. I'll
You're
get
doing
better.
Great, dude.
I'll get better. So we have another witness. And that's the 3 eyewitnesses. Let's see. I want to listen to. I'm looking for the witness who
I interviewed at UVU. I interviewed a guy at the scene, and he told me he heard the shot come from the same direction. And I just think it's it lends credence to the guy. So real quick, I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but while I have it up right here, I am the only. Well, I'm not trying to. I guess I'm going to brag a little bit. I am the only one who has ever interviewed George Zinn since this happened. Okay. The story is very strange. I want to share it now. This is the first Patsy, and then we'll go back to the second Patsy. So, the first time I interviewed George Zinn, he would not talk to me. Like he was very, very hostile towards me. He was very, very. He would not talk about the case at all. Right. As soon as I brought up his case, I asked him, about the rumors that were going around about him being at 9/11 and the Boston Marathon bombing and all of this stuff. And he's like, I don't want to talk about my case. Rah, 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 rah. I'm like, okay. As soon as I asked him about what happened at UVU that day, he hung up on me. That was the first time I talked to him. It was a video visit. The second time I talked to him, I attempted to set up a visit with him, right? And he who's this weird troll in the chat talking about gay stuff? Like, bro, you gotta go. You're out of here. I don't know. Weirdos people, man. Weirdo people. He wouldn't talk to me at all about the case the first time. I set up another visit with him. Okay. It was after he had been sentenced to see if maybe his demeanor had changed because he had pled guilty or no contest. And they hit him with 3 felony charges. And I think that I posted about it. Right. So let's see. 3 felony charges. One of them was like obstruction. And then 2 of them were for like child images, right? That they found on him when he, right there. So they found on, oops, sorry about that, you guys. Got to do the dramatic music. Obstruction of justice, capital first degree, 0 to 5 years. It's a felony. Sexual exploitation of a minor, second degree felony. That's 1 to 15 years. And then he got convicted of another one of the same, right? They ran these concurrently, not consecutively, which means that it would have been 35 years together. 15 years is the max, 1 year is the minimum. That's a huge range. I don't know what the laws are like in Utah. It sounds a little weird. Usually, from what I understand, is they score you based on your priors. And George Zinn has a long history of criminal offenses, all kinds of shit. All kinds of huh?
Roxy, stop.
What? Mute your mic.
Bastion, you're not going to make a mess. I want you to put everything back because you're about to.
Okay. Mute your mic, Lune. Mute your mic. Thank you, Christy. Saw that. So anyways, he should be sitting in there for about 15 years. And then if you see, he's up for parole in March of 2029, which is only 2.5 years. It's the minimum. 1, 1, 2. 2.5 years is the very, very minimum. I would argue that he is on a deal. He is on a deal with the governor. The governor is the one that influences the pardon and parole board. This is Governor Cox right here, is what it is. Let's go back here. Let me get out of this. Sorry, you guys. Can you guys hear the music on YouTube? I'm sorry if you can. So anyways, the first time I talked to him, he is an asshole. He will not talk to me about the case at all, whatever, right? The second time that I talked to him, I try to talk to him and he's on suicide watch. Okay. And they will not, there we go. Now I can see. The second time I talked to him, he's on suicide watch and they would not allow him to talk to me, right? Like it wouldn't, because Utah uses a third party to handle all of their communications with inmates, both at the jail level, like this at the lower level and at the prison level. And before he got shipped to prison, but after he was sentenced, right, which he was still technically not going to prison yet, I tried to visit with him and they wouldn't allow it because he was restricted because he was on suicide watch. What's really weird about this, right, is that the jail gave him my information that I because you have to go through a bunch of hoops to get approved to visit with these people. The jail gave him my information and handed him one of their phones. And then he called me the night that my visit with him was canceled. It never happened on paper, right? My visit never happened with him on paper. So this is off the record via on the jail. Usually when you talk to an inmate in jail or prison, it records the calls, right? It records the calls and it asks, it says this call is being recorded, right? Like every few seconds. And that didn't happen. So the guards handed him a jail phone, gave him my information, and said, "Here, you can call him." Right? And I just want you to listen to the conversation. My conversation with Patsy number 1.
Can I ask you about the day that you went? And I just want you to remember the first time I talked. Actually, let's see if it's. Let me see. Okay, here's. Is it the full first one? I have right here. Okay, here's the first time I talked to him.
Why would anybody want to? Absolutely not. Absolutely.
So I'm asking him if he was he denies being at 9/11 and the OKC bombing. So these were the rumors about him that were going around. He would not talk to me about the case, and so I was looking for anything that I could talk to him about the first time, just to kind of like make a rapport with him so that I could talk to them about the case. I'm trying to find out if he was paid to be there, right? That's what I'm trying to find out. Both times that I talked to him. Now, this is while he's still awaiting trial, and he would not talk about it. And listen to that. I want you to listen to the demeanor, okay? This is how aggressive he was the first time, and then you'll see how he behaves the second time when he called me.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Why would anybody want to think that I was involved in that? Everybody wants to tie me with every kind of crime in the country. And, I'm up. And I just don't need.
So I'm screen recording right now. And because of the way that it's set up with their system, I could not record myself. I didn't know that. I'd never done one of these kind of calls before. It was through a third-party app that they make you use. It was I had to jump through a bunch of fucking hoops. So you can just hear me. You can hear his responses to my questions.
Need that. I'm here for what I did, and I wasn't even around during 9/11. I was in Denver. I'm here for what I'm here for. Well, people are just going to.
I just want you to take note. He won't even describe what he's in there for, right? He is so timid about talking about the case. He won't even mention what he's charged with.
Talk. People are going to talk, and I've had it, you know. You know, and I have nothing to do with any of that stuff. The only thing that I'm in here for is my cases. Nothing else.
So, and at the end of that, I said, well, did someone pay you? Because he said he had to go, and he's like, I'm out of here, rat, and he hung up on me. Right? Did I play it up here? No sound. No. Okay, so that's the first time I talked to him, right? That was official and all of that. Oh, I just heard a feedback. That's weird. All right. So this is the second time. Look, this is the caller. This is what showed up on my phone when he called me, and it was a phone number. It wasn't like a collect call, jail, third party shit. The prison handed him the phone and said, "Here, call him." Now you heard what he was acting like the first time. I want you to notice the difference.
Can I ask you about the day that you went to the Charlie Kirk thing, or no at all?
Well, it was September, I believe September 10th
Yes, sir.
of last year, down at the UVU.
Yes, sir. Is it okay if I ask?
Go ahead.
Is it okay if I ask you about that?
Yeah, sure, because that's where I was. I had deployed for him in Phoenix. His headquarters is in Phoenix, and we went out and knocked on doors. And it was to just get votes for Trump, okay? And he paid our way. He paid us for our hotel and everything like that. We had fun going in the neighborhood.
When was that?
And I really liked his organization. And so when they did their tour and they came to Colorado, I kept calling them up in Phoenix and saying, bring him to Utah, you know. Then I found out he was going to Utah Valley and also to Utah State, and I got really thrilled. I was going to go to both of them.
So do you hear the difference in his attitude? This is like a completely different person, right? Very, very, as a journalist, I interview a lot of people, right? And I usually have to make small talk with them, right? I usually like, you don't just like, it's just like with a, it's just might be a bad analogy. Just like a woman, right? You have to warm them up a little bit. You can't just jump right into it. And and when you're interviewing somebody, it's much the same way. You have to use a little bit of finesse, right? Not like in a used car salesman kind of way, but me personally, I'm just trying to be very, very normal and want to make them feel at ease and comfortable and see that I am not trying to harm them or whatever. I'll tell them a little bit about myself. That way they understand, right? But you can just hear the difference in his tone is completely different. But he says some very interesting things. Can I ask you about the day that you went to the Charlie Kirk thing or no? So the first time he wouldn't talk to me about it at all. As soon as I asked him about it, he jumped off.
No, at all?
Well, it was September, I believe September 10th
yes, sir.
Of last year, down at the UVU.
Yes, sir. Is it okay if I ask?
Go ahead.
Is it okay if I ask you about that?
Yeah, sure, because that's where I was. I had deployed for him in Phoenix. His headquarters is in Phoenix, and we went out and knocked on doors. And it was to just get votes for Trump, okay? And he paid our way. He paid us for our hotel and everything like that.
Did you guys get that? Did you guys get that? He worked for TPUSA. Not only did he work for TPUSA, they flew him to Arizona the year before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Not 10 years ago, not 5 years ago, the year before. The year before. This man is connected to TPUSA.
On doors. And it was
Is it okay if I ask you about that?
Yeah, sure, because that's where I was. I had deployed for him in Phoenix.
I was employed for him in Phoenix. He worked for TPUSA.
Headquarters is in Phoenix, and we went out and knocked on doors. And
Specifically, we went and knocked on doors. TPUSA does not knock on doors. Turning Point Action knocks on doors. And not only does Turning Point Action knock on doors, it is Tyler Boyer who runs Turning Point Action in 2024. That's his baby, right? And you saw what she was reporting tonight, if you watched Candace tonight, about the Mormons and the Tyler Boyer and the Turning Point and Turning Point Action connection, him hiring people. You're looking at one. Those are Mormon undergarments. I asked him about it.
To just get votes for Trump, okay? And he paid our way. He paid pages for our hotel and everything like that. We had fun going in the neighborhood.
When was that?
And I really liked his organization. And so when they did their tour and they came to Colorado, I kept calling him up in Phoenix and saying, bring him to Utah, you know. Then I found out he was going to Utah Valley and also to Utah State, and I got really thrilled. I was going to go to both of them. And then some asshole shoots him dead, shoots him in the head, and I went nuts, okay? I jumped up and I go, shoot me, you know? And I don't know what happened. I just, it was a terrible reaction when I saw him. I think I seriously thought I would have taken the bullets for Charlie at that day, you know?
He's all over the place. He was going to take the bullet for Charlie. That's what he said after he took the blame. Now he's saying he would have took the bullet.
Because it was that traumatic.
So you'll notice that this is and I didn't edit this. This is a 4.5 minute call, right? Throughout this call, he tells me that he's got plenty of time, okay, until I start asking him hard questions, and then all of a sudden, he's going to go really quick.
And so, you know, the FBI takes me aside and starts interrogating me, giving me all these questions and all this, you know. And it just turned into a big mess, you know.
The FBI stepped in, and then it turns into a big mess, and they find these things on his phone. Imagine that.
I ended up getting arrested for it, and plus that the child images that they found on my phone.
When you were at the hospital, it was reported that you said somebody told you that they paid you to cause a scene after he was shot. Is that true?
No, for heaven's sake, no. See, and that's just crap that's going on. This was just the triggered reactions. Excuse the pun, you know.
Triggered reactions. Excuse the pun. Yeah.
It was just a reaction because I didn't expect to see him shot in front of me like that, and I just went nuts. I think I had a medical issue. I have a heart problem, and I think I had a stroke or something.
So he says he sounds completely different than he did the first time I talked to him. So he's attributing this episode that we're witnessing here to him having a stroke or a heart problem, right? Which we all know is bullshit.
We got 3 minutes.
So he says that we have 3 minutes, okay, and we actually have 2 minutes. Well, that would be a big one because if someone had, and he did giggle. Yeah, I'm looking at the chat. He did giggle about the pun. Mm-hmm. Put you up to it, and then was like maybe threatening you. So I asked him plain up if he's being blackmailed with the charges, right? I thought maybe someone this is what I think, and I do believe this. I believe somebody put him up to it, and then to secure his silence, right? They quote unquote found kid images on his phone, right? And then they found kid images on his phone, and then you saw how he was acting while he was still waiting for court and all that he was very aggressive, very hostile, wouldn't talk about shit, right? And then he made some kind of deal with them, and this is after he's been sentenced, and I think they said call Diligent, call him, tell him this. That's what I think. I can tell you, I have never had anybody in jail call me from a jail line like normal. Like I've had collect calls from people that have gone to jail, asked me for bail or whatever before in my life, right? I've never had somebody call me from the jail's phone. It is against policy to let him. They have tablets that they use, right? That they use to contact people in Utah jails. And it's all very documented, right? There is a strict policy. They broke the policy, gave this inmate my phone number, and he called me and then gave me this story, right? And I'm the only journalist that's talked to him, right? Like, and they knew that I was reporting it because you can see it's got 100,000 views, and I reported it the first time. I think the first time that one's got 40,000. I mean, I was reporting this stuff. Yeah, I didn't get a lot of traction the first two times, maybe 40 or 60,000. But wait, was that community noted? Motherfuckers. Oh, the quote is. All right. So anyway, sorry. So they knew that I was talking to him. They know I'm a journalist. I said I was a journalist whenever I tried to interview him the first time. I said that on the call, right? And I think that they fed him. They told him to call me and tell me this story. I mean, he's on suicide watch. He's not allowed to talk to anybody.
Well, that would be a big one, because if someone had put you up to it, and then was, like maybe threatening you with jail or the kiddie porn stuff or whatever.
No, heaven's sakes, no. I could have run.
I confronted him. I'm like, "Are you getting blackmailed?"
The crowd, nothing would have happened. Okay, it was my own reaction. I didn't expect anything.
Very, very, very excited when I'm asking if anybody else is putting him up to it. I start to drill down on it, and this is when he really he ends the call early.
Expect that to happen.
Right.
I didn't know anything about this was going to happen. I thought he was spending too long bashing the church. He spent like 20 minutes bashing the church, and I kept yelling out, "Charlie, we're not here to bash a church." He went on about the Mormons for about.
See, he says Charlie. He was acting like he was mad. So at the beginning of the call, he loves Charlie. He tried to get Charlie up there. He was super excited. He loves Charlie, and now that I'm drilling on him as to why he, if he's involved, if anybody put him up to it at all, as I'm like kind of drilling him down, these are called undergarments. Mormons wear different kinds of underwear. They're called undergarments. The women and the men wear undergarments like this. They're very like a conservative type of undergarments. And I don't know if I recorded it. I may have done it. It may be outside of this clip when I asked him about that. Maybe I'll ask him now. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've listened to this audio again. But you can see he's talking about the Mormons again. He said Charlie was bashing the Mormons.
Nothing about this was going to happen. I thought he was spending too long bashing the church. He spent like 20 minutes bashing the church, and I kept yelling out, "Charlie, we're not here to bash a church." He went on about the Mormons for about 20 minutes.
Well, you said, how long?
What's that?
When did you say you worked for them? You said that you door knocked. How long ago was that?
The year before, we went to Phoenix, and
so 2024, he went to work Phoenix, on TPUS or TPUSA Action's dime. They put him up in a hotel. They flew him down there, and they paid him to door knock.
He paid his organization, Turning Point, paid our way, and we went down and knocked on doors for Trump.
Okay.
In the neighborhood.
Okay, well, you said we're almost out of time. Is it okay?
Yeah.
When can you have a call again?
Well, right now I'm on suicide watch, and so I don't have access to my tablet. I'm using their phone.
Did you see that? This is so not fucking normal. That part right there. He's on suicide watch. He's not allowed to have visits. I'm using their phone. That's not normal.
When did you say you worked for them? You said that you door knocked. How long ago was that?
The year before, we went to Phoenix, and his organization, Turning Point, paid our way, and we went down and knocked on doors for Trump.
Okay.
In the neighborhood.
Okay, well, you said we're almost out of time. Is it okay?
Yeah.
When can you have a call again?
Well, right now I'm on suicide watch, and so I don't have access to my tablet. I'm using their phone.
Okay.
As soon as I get off suicide watch, we'll be able to talk as long as I want.
Okay.
Sure. But I'm going to be probably going to prison by Wednesday, maybe. So my real.
And I have tried to contact him again, and they won't let me. They will not let me talk to him again, for whatever reason. The system is restricting me from that. So he'll show up as an inmate in the Utah State Penitentiary. I guess they only have one because I can only find one. He's using the over there on YouTube. He's using the jail's phone. They handed him a phone and said, "Here, call Diligent." I'm not joking at all.
To be honest with you, it sounds like he's on speaker. It almost sounds like somebody's holding the phone for him.
It does sound like he's on speaker. And when you listen to it all together, it sounds like he's being coached. It sounds like he's being coached throughout this, like somebody's standing there nodding or not nodding, or shaking their head, right? Really, really it was such a strange experience.
It's going to change really fast.
Well, I'll try to schedule another call tomorrow or Tuesday then.
Yeah, because we got like 2 minutes here.
All right. So he says we have 2 minutes, and then I ask another question he doesn't want to answer, and then they cut off the phone. Well, no, okay, so
I don't know if I'll get my tablet back that soon.
What time? Okay, so what time did you get to UVU? Were you there? Was Charlie already?
We got 1 minute. We got 1.
You see that? I start asking him what time he got there. Right? He just said, I've got 2 minutes. 10 seconds later, I ask him a very specific question because now I'm trying to retrace the steps in the morning to see if he met with anybody from TPUSA. That's what I'm trying to do. And all of a sudden, he's got to go. You there? Was Charlie already?
We got 1 minute. Let's continue this later.
All right. Thank you. We got 1 minute. We got 1 minute. Oh, I got to go. As soon as I ask him what time he got to UVU, he's got to go. So what this reads to me like is that he had a scripted narrative, right? That they told him to give me, right? And as soon as I started to press outside of that scripted narrative, they shut it down. And he's just, you heard him. He's in jail on suicide watch, 0 contact when you're on suicide watch, 0 visits, 0 phone calls, no tablet. They take your tablet away, right? You're in a foam outfit, and you're not allowed to call people. and you definitely are not allowed to call people on an unrecorded line, right? And I bet you they didn't think that I was going to record that because they called my yeah. Very, very strange. So that's my interaction with the first Patsy.
Wait a second. If you're a journalist, I would expect you to record that.
Maybe. Yeah,
I
maybe.
mean, that's a no-brainer, man. Come on.
Yeah, maybe. I wasn't expecting him to call. It was so, dude. I had tried to schedule a visit with him at, God, I want to say 1 p.m. or something in the Utah time afternoon. It was like 3 p.m. Eastern. And this is evening time. I was not expecting it. It was late. It was dark out. And I randomly got this call I was like, prison jail, what the fuck? And I answer it, and it's George Zinn. I was like, what? I thought that I couldn't. I think that I think that I think that they did this to push the narrative that, you know, he did that because he was sick. Nobody put him up to it. You heard it, and as soon as I pressed for more, he had to go. I 100% think that the state did this. You know, him calling me on an unrecorded line, undocumented call is so unorthodox. For if you look at like how Utah prisons and jails visitations and phone calls work, it has a strict policy, very strict policy. You have to jump through a bunch of hoops. You have to sign up with them. You have to get approved. You have to get approved by the company, by the state. You have to get approved by the state. You have to get approved by the company, and then you have to get approved by the inmate. Right. So you have to go through 3 checks, and for him to call me like this when he's on suicide watch just after he had been sentenced, it was like the day after he got sentenced, is so fucking weird. So out of the norm. Go ahead, Blake.
Thanks, Dill. Okay, just so I'm crystal clear on this. Okay, you had a scheduled meeting in person or over the phone
No,
that afternoon?
No, they have video visits.
Everything's video. Okay. So so how does George have your cell phone number?
You have to when you download one of their third-party applications, you have to go through a background check.
Right. But that is not even close to being accessible by any of the inmates. So
no, they gave him the guards got my information from my registration and then gave it to him.
okay, so the guards used that third-party vendor,
or they called, or they put my number in for him and called me.
So you're saying that because the scheduled phone call or FaceTime did not occur that afternoon, that somebody knew
on the prison side of this,
on the county jail side, they knew that you were trying to get in touch with George. Therefore, they were going to connect y'all later that night because of the registration through the third party. Just assuming.
I have no idea why they did what they did.
But there's no way that George Zinn has your cell phone number.
He did not have he did not have my cell phone number.
Okay.
And this was not the number that I used for, like, I have a tip line, right? That on my business card, my journalist business card that I give out, that is its own phone dedicated for that. Right. And then I have another phone that's like a work phone. It's kind of like a half and half phone. I've given it out to some people. It's not tied to anything really important, but I don't give it out to people. Right. That's the one that I use for business stuff, like signing up for things like this. Right. And then I have another phone that's my personal family phone, whatever. This phone was used to register with them, and then they got that information. They looked that up, right? And handed him a phone and either said, "Here's his number. You can call him. You get X amount of minutes," or they called him for me and handed him the phone. They called me for him. But either or.
Okay. So basically, how did you connect the dots that he was handed a cell phone?
He told me he's using their phone.
He said, "I'm using their phone."
He played it like 3 times, dude. Were you not listening?
I mean, that's kind of the only option. I'm just wondering if he's in psych, that there's always like a landline there that they just dialed you for him and then handed it to him. It's probably what happened.
Okay. So this is the crux of it is you can't get reception inside of county jails.
First of all, yes, you can.
It's not. This is not a cell phone.
But
They called me on a landline. This is a landline.
So,
see, watch. I'll listen to it right here. can you have a call again?
Well, right now I'm on suicide watch, and so I don't have access to my tablet. I'm using their phone.
Right now I'm on suicide watch. I don't have access to my tablet. The tablet is how you, whenever you're going to communicate with somebody in jail in Utah, the tablet is it's the record, right? Like, because maybe this, he's still like in the system. Maybe he's going to admit to a crime to me, right? This is why they say this phone call is recorded. Some people are in jail. They're talking to their loved ones. They're talking about their cases. They end up confessing on themselves or giving up other information. The cops are going to use this to their, the jail, the cops, the prosecution. They're all going to use that to their advantage. Usually, whenever you're on a phone call with somebody in jail, there's at least a recording that comes up every so often, says this call is being recorded.
Recorded. That was my next question, Diligent. That never happened. You never got that pre-recording. Like this is an inmate, George Zinn, at the Utah County.
It was, dude. It was just like if your uncle was calling you from his of some boomer calling from a landline. That's what it was like.
This is beyond the pale of breaking the law, because not only with George Zinn, but I want you to imagine if someone being held pending a trial for, say, a murder or something, and the fact that county jailers are allowing inmates to make phone calls off the record is I can't even describe the level of fucked up this is.
This happens.
What?
Like, it happens more than you would like to think. It unfortunately.
But not in Utah.
And how are you?
Hold on.
No.
Grok, I want you to look at Utah. I want you to look at Utah jail and
it's not
prison.
supposed to happen. I'm not saying
Utah,
it's normal.
Grok, I want you to look at you. Please mute up, everybody. I want you to look at Utah prison policy and visitation. I want you to check the forums, and then I want you to check the Utah County jail visit and phone call policies. I know that they're public, and then tell us how outside of the norm it is for the prison guards to hand George Zinn a phone and allow him to call me off the record while he is on suicide watch.
Utah DOC policy routes all phone calls through an approved inmate telephone request form with monitoring and recording. Suicide watch or disciplinary restriction means no phone calls at all except legal visits. Utah County Jail uses the same third-party tablet video system for all visits and calls, with explicit monitoring. Handing him a direct landline on suicide watch the day after sentencing is a clear policy violation on both the prison and jail side. Play the section where he describes using the landline so I can hear the exact wording.
Okay.
I'm listening. Go ahead. What were you about to say?
Grok, I want you to do a search and just see if there's any on the forums or anything, if there's any other precedent, or is this pretty anomalous?
The official Utah DOC handbook and policy documents show no phone calls or non-legal visits on suicide watch or mental health restriction, only mail, meals, and medical. Utah County Jail follows the same tablet-based monitored system with no exceptions listed for suicide watch. No forum reports or news stories describe any similar direct landline handoff on suicide watch. This appears highly anomalous with no precedent in the public record.
Diligent, what day was this again? Can you give the specific day?
I would have to go back and look. I mean, it was the week that he was sentenced. Whatever. Grok,
The week he was sentenced.
Grok, can you do a search and determine what week he was sentenced?
George Zinn was sentenced on Thursday, January 29th, 2026. Some reports say Wednesday, January 28th, but the majority and court coverage point to the 29th. The call you received was the day after sentencing, so either January 29th or 30, depending on the exact report.
Yeah, so he was, but it wasn't logged. There's no.
Okay, so like AJ, I'm curious where you are getting the basis of that this happens all the time, because I can tell you
I
unequivocally
didn't say
that
all the time.
this is,
I
or
didn't
you
say all the
said
time. I said
more
more
than
than
I,
you would think.
and what
Because I've
basis do
had
you
these phone
have?
calls. Because I've
Huh?
had these because I've had these phone calls with people.
You've had them with
Unfortunately,
who?
I've known a lot of people in jail.
Listen. Let's not get into people's personal business. Okay, it's
I'm
fine. It's
just
fine. I'm
saying. I've
just
had
saying,
people
Blaze,
call
Well,
me, and
AJ,
as
hold
well as
on,
cell phones.
everybody. Let's all calm down. Let's not
Just don't. I mean, it's, I mean, I'm not making shit up. So
love after lockup up here. Okay, we're not gonna. This is not
definitely
This is not
not
the
love.
forum. This is not the
Lord.
forum. No love after lockup up here. The point it is
It's
extremely.
weird. It's weird. It's against policy, and no lawyer would advise him to do that. It's dumb of him,
It's
also.
my gut tells me is that they told him to call me.
I think so too. I think they definitely handed it over, just like you said.
They handed him a phone and they said, "This is what you're gonna say," and they were sitting there watching. And as soon as I started to dig, they said, "You got to cut it off."
And someone can
But
definitely get in
remember what he's in.
trouble for this.
Remember what he's in jail for. He's not in jail for anything to do with Charlie Kirk. He's in jail because he's a fucking sick pedophile
Hey,
fuck.
whoa! You're on YouTube,
Oh,
bro. So
I
watch your
apologize.
language.
Sorry about that. But you know what I'm saying? He's not in jail for anything to do with
He
Charlie
is. Yes,
Kirk.
he is. Yes, he is in jail for that.
I thought
That's
he
one of
was
the
in for
charges.
obstruction.
Obstruction.
Okay, my bad. I thought but the main thing is the child pornography, right? That would be
That's
the more
one.
serious
Those are
charge.
two of the charges. He's in jail for 3 felonies. One is obstruction. 2 of them are the child image charges. But it doesn't. What does that matter? I mean, that's not important here. What's important here is that they gave a guy on suicide watch about to be shipped off to prison a phone and said, "Here's this journalist's number, right? Or here's this journalist. We called him for you. Talk to him. Tell him your story." And if you listen to the difference between the first time I talked to him and the second time I talked to him,
absolutely not. Why would anybody want to think that I was involved in that? Everybody wants to tie me with every kind of crime in the country. And I'm and I just don't need that. I'm here for what I did, and I wasn't even around during 9/11. I was in Denver. I'm here for what I'm here for. Well, people are just going to talk. People are going to talk.
Very aggressive, very asshole-ish, and then he ended up hanging up on me, much like he did this time, except for he did it very cordial this time. It's like a different person.
To the Charlie Kirk thing or no at all?
No, it was September, I believe September 10th
Yes, sir.
of last year.
I believe it was September 10th. He would not even fucking approach it the last time, right? He wouldn't even get close to the case. And as soon as I started to go that direction, he hung up on me the first time I talked to him. This time it's completely different. Completely. I think that. No. What, Carrie? Okay. I am thinking this, and this is all speculation because I can't prove it. But my gut tells me from that conversation, he was told to call me, right? He was told to call me, and it was off the record. And I think that he was told to give me that story, and that was supposed to be the end of George Zinn in this book. And I've tried to reach out to him, and the system won't let me through. The system will not let me through. It will not let me try to schedule a conversation with George Zinn. It just won't. I would offer anybody willing to go through the process, and you have to give away your details, right? To register with the Utah. Look up Utah State Penitentiary. Look up visits and phone calls, and then register with them, and then try to schedule a call with him. It won't let you through. It will not.
Thank you.
Huh?
I said, no, thank you. That's too much info.
Diligent, how certain are you that was even George Zinn you were talking to? I mean,
sounds just like him.
Yeah, it's him both times.
Well, no shit. It's easy to mimic a person's voice. I'm just saying.
No, bro. I mean, come on, dude.
Whatever.
Yeah, come on.
Diligent, you know you could narrow down who gave him that phone.
How?
You just have to find out who was on staff that night.
I don't even remember what day it was. But yeah, I guess I could. I mean, I would have to grandma those records.
That's if
Well, it
it's
should be
doc.
public. It should be public record, I think.
I
Or
have. It's not public record. I
No.
looked.
oh,
I
well
looked.
then.
You have to grandma it.
Can't you find it in your phone
It's in my.
records?
It is in my phone
In
records.
yours for
And
the incoming call?
not only is it in my phone records, I have the line they called me from because it was a work line.
Is that
Can you
line still
release that,
active?
Diligent?
Fuck no, I'm not releasing that. That would dox
You're
me.
crazy.
No, no. What? I'm not talking about Diligent's number.
No,
Obviously, you're talking about the number that George Zinn called
So
him from.
this call is not like in their system. They fucking handed him a phone and said, "Here's his number," or "Here he is," and let him
But if
call
it
me.
is a jail landline, it's gonna read the jail. It's not gonna say like,
But it's not gonna be a logged call.
well, but it's gonna show that the county jail called you.
Right.
Really, you think that it's going to be documented? That was all behind the scenes. They knew who Diligent was.
You're missing the point.
The feds know who I am. Like if you
You
if
are.
like I am anonymous.
If you
I
can
am mute
document that they
yourselves.
called
Mute
you.
yourselves. Everybody mute yourselves. Mute your mics. Get too many open mics. The feds know who I am, right? Like people have tried doxing me on here. They haven't got it right yet. I know they've tried. But the feds know who I am because when I was advocating for Trump and getting special guest access at his rallies, I had to go through Secret Service, and you have to give them your ID, and they do a background check on you. And to sign up for special guest access, you have to give them your info with your ID, and they can do a background check on you. And so they know who I am, right? The cops know who I am, right? The public doesn't know who I am, but they definitely do, right? So I thought it was very interesting. I my gut tells me that he 100%. I don't mean to sound agitated. There's too many people talking at once. I get like this. YouTube's not used to me. You guys will get used to me. And I also interrupt people, right? I also interrupt people. Get used to that too.
But he doesn't like to be interrupted.
I'm always the host. Always the host. So I think we're gonna make this a 2-part series. The Patsy timelines. Okay. So these are the 2 Patsies. I think I'll change the titles. I have to go. So we're gonna go for like 6 more minutes, and then I'm gonna wrap up, and we will finish it tomorrow.
I have a quick question, Diligent.
Hold on, I'm not done yet. Please don't interrupt me. We'll pick up where we left off tomorrow, and since I have it YouTube all dialed in and stuff, we'll have it be I'll like repost this content, and then I'll kind of build it up on my X profile, and then we'll use that to build off of, because we still haven't got to Tyler yet. So we covered George Zinn, who you just heard from, obviously a patsy, obviously being leveraged by the state with the charges that they have against him. Obviously they cut him a deal because despite having a decades-long criminal record, he is up for parole on child prawn charges in one of the most conservative states in the union. He's up for parole in 2029 out of 15 years.
Bullshit.
I honestly think that these charges are bullshit. I don't think that I find it unlikely he had child porn on his phone. That he didn't have child porn on his phone until the FBI got there. I think they went to the hospital and quote unquote found that on his phone so that they would have leveraged against him to keep him shut up, right? Because it can be very bad for you if you're in prison for these things. You can they take people out for being in prison for these things. Very, very bad experience for you. So this was a lot of good incentive for him to keep his effing mouth shut. And I think that's exactly what happened. I think that they got there and he was talking to the hospital staff and telling the hospital staff that somebody paid him to do it and put him up to it. The FBI showed up and said, "Oh, Now you have these images on your phone. If you don't keep your mouth shut, we're gonna throw you in there for being a pedo, and you're gonna get skewered every day in there until you're gone. And he said, okay, I'll keep my mouth shut. So the first time I called him while he was still going through that negotiation process, he's very hostile towards me. He won't talk about the case at all. The second time, after he's gone through the negotiation process and cut the deal and he's gotten sentenced, he calls me, and is just overflowing with joy to tell me his story about what happened there. And it is Fedslop, 100% Fedslop. Yeah, I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. We're gonna go through the rest of these hands, and then I do have a obligation I have to fulfill. And then tomorrow, make sure you like, comment over on YouTube, engage, comment if you're watching the replay, comment on it. Sorry about the no sound thing. Skip through until about like a quarter of the way through, and then you hear something. But you definitely don't want to miss those interviews. Turn notifications on X and on YouTube. And tomorrow I will be hosting a YouTube. And then Saturday I have a YouTube live stream scheduled with Baron Coleman. It's going to be like my first YouTube collaboration, but what a good one, man. He's a good guy. I message with him regularly, and I bounce ideas off of him and stuff. And so, yeah, he's offered to help me get going over there. So, turn notifications on, and we'll go through these hands, and then we're going to call it a night. We'll make this a 2-part series. Tomorrow, we'll kind of recap these guys, not nearly as long, and then we'll get to Tyler, who I think is Patsy number 3. Go ahead, Carrie. I'm sorry, Cuban, Carrie, and then Arno.
Hey, I think you're 100% with your intuition with George Singh. Question. Did you originally, I don't know what month you spoke to him, the first phone call. Did you previously request a phone call with him? I missed that part.
Did what?
Did you originally request to speak to him? You have to put in a request, right?
Mm-hmm.
Through the jail. So on the first phone call, did you already had put in a request to speak to George Zing or
I
no?
mean, all of this is implied. Everything was done through their systems, and then it was denied the second time, right? It was denied. And then he called me anyways after it was denied.
Right. So you had put the request first and then they saw your name. Oh, whatever. And let's call this guy. Let's have you call. And I don't think he's in jail. I mean, yeah, that 2 year now is
He's
I
in
read
prison. You can look him up. He's in prison.
Yeah. Oh, eating filet mignon, I'm sure.
Okay. Go ahead, Carrie, and then Arno.
Hey, thanks for letting me up. I was thinking about this for a long time since we listened to the preliminary trial last week. They said that the preliminary cause of death, according to the autopsy, was a gunshot wound to the neck. And then I was thinking, secondly, if
Wait, I'm trying to keep it on topic. Is this gonna dial into the Patsies or anything, or?
No, I was going to speak about what the jury will have as evidence. If this is not
Let's do
the
that. Let's save
topic.
that for another space because I'm
Okay.
out of time and I'm trying to keep it on topic. So
Okay.
thank you, Carrie. Go ahead, Arno.
You're welcome.
Diligent, I was just gonna ask if you have tried pinging back that phone number. If you've tried calling it back.
Fuck no.
Since.
Are you out of your mind?
Not
No.
from your number, from like a payphone somewhere.
No.
No.
Y'all
Do
are
you think they
wild, man.
wouldn't be
Y'all
able to
ask the
crack a
wildest
number?
questions, bro. Y'all ask the
They
wildest
do.
questions. I'm serious. Like, what? I'm just curious. Did you call the feds back? Did you try pinging them? Did you send them a text? Send them a text. Are you guys watching me?
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm good. I get enough tension from them. I don't need to.
No, because from that prison number.
What is going on? Okay. Have a good night, everybody. God bless you. Please pray for our country. This was the first part of the Patsy series, Patsy Timeline series. I'll adjust the title. And then tomorrow we will focus more on the Tyler Robinson Patsy Timeline. And we're going to it ties in Lance Twiggs. I don't think Lance Twiggs is a patsy. I think he's the actor. He's the asset. He's the tie that binds here. He's the one that had access. He's the one that ties in Tyler Robinson. So we'll get into that tomorrow. If you want to find these interviews that I did with George Zinn or the footage on the other Patsy that we covered, Kennington Russell is his name. Just look up Kennington or Russell, Russel, on my profile, and you'll see all of the work that I've done on either one of those respectively. Both of my interviews are on there under Zinn, Zinn. And yeah, tomorrow, I don't know what time I'll get started. Depends. But we'll go from there. So I'm sorry. I apologize again for the audio thing. I haven't done YouTube in a while. And so I promise it'll be a better experience tomorrow as I get this dialed in. I'm going to be doing this more frequently. I hadn't done it in a couple of weeks because I was traveling and stuff. So have a good night, you guys. Thank you. Make sure you're following my co-host, AJ. She's amazing. She's been very consistent. All of our speakers up here are really good. Follow them too. Turn notifications on for me and my co-hosts on X and on YouTube. And we'll see you guys later. Have a good night, everybody.